नन्ना
से बोला क्या हाल है
सर खैर का
70 की एंट्री थी
हाँ समझिएगा हमारी ऊपर है
Two Kent extra innings, two wonderful catches that you will see there. India have been hot in the slips today, and England's batting woes at home continue. That was a flyer from Virat Kohli. Going high and to his left, India have got everything except for that one chance that Rishabh Pant might have completed. The smiles are all in the Indian camp at the moment as they go in for lunch on day 4. Need another 437 to win. It's like feeling tired leaving Mumbai, reaching Pune, and where you got to go to New York. 161 and 84 for 4. Yeah, there might have been a drawn session late last evening, but this has gone India's way. And I won't be surprised if there aren't too many more sessions left in this game. Well, so here you are once again in home conditions. England's batting is suffering. They've played and missed, they've poked, they've edged, and India's seam bowling, both the pace and the movement, has been among the finest that you've seen in recent times. Sanjay Mandrikar alongside me bore the brunt of facing opposition's seam for a major part of his batting career. You must be delighted.
And as you said, England is the only team that bats in home conditions like they're away, like top teams are away. So brilliant session for India. The bowling was disciplined and the catching was just outstanding. So 20 drop catches in the series. England have dropped 15, India just 5. So that's another factor that Indian cricket can be proud of. Rahul and Virat with 2 stunners, so great session, and the match almost sealed now for sure.
Yeah, I thought India needed to put pressure right from the beginning, and those first 5 overs, Ishant and Bumrah, the first 5 overs just set the scene.
You got some inkling of that approach in that little session that we had yesterday, that India was not going to be too eager, too keen, and you saw that in the morning session as well. Again, right choice of bowlers, kept Shami away from the attack for a long time just to tell him that we want more control and discipline. So excellent tactics as well today.
Yeah, this is good to watch. You've seen a lot of Indian wins with spin. This is Indian win with sustained hostility with the ball. Take a look at the highlights in case you missed some of the action.
Good morning and welcome along to day 4 of this 3rd test. India in the box seat with 2 days left. The question is, can England save this test match? Well, what a start from Ishant Shami. Jennings, he didn't hang around for long this morning, and Ishant Sharma is into the wickets immediately. Well, that is an absolute peach.
Good shot, scorer. I think it's also it's very easy to say leave it, but it's not quite that easy in practice.
Gone again. Nottingham Cook to Ishant Sharma. Rahul snapples it. It's an easy catch, regulation catch in the slips. That is 2 down now for England. Well played, Ollie. We saw a shot like this in the first innings. Lovely drive down the ground. Thickish edge, and this will find its way to the boundary as well.
That's flicked away fine. Picks up 4 for that. It's a nice shot. Gone absolutely dead square. That'll be 4 as well. Second boundary of the over, just as sweet as the first one. 0-4, 0-4. Good good shot from root, but that is an excellent catch. Great take. Third slip is Virat Kohli. KL Rahul at second, Kohli at third. It is another wide ball and a rash shot from Ollie Pope.
Ollie Pope obliges. It's 85 miles an hour. He's away from his body. Another flying catch.
Fit and strong. Oh, put down.
Edged away, will go for 4. Does. Away fine for 4. Good from Buttler. He's left everything outside the off stump, and that's classic batting. When you leave it and leave it, a bowler will go searching for wickets. In the air, just past extra cover, who was diving to his right. It's a Ajinkya Rahane who has good hands, but it's 4. There's the drifter, the arm ball. It was quite wide, a lot of excitement from Kohli, as there often is. But it's a session and a morning and a test match that at the moment belongs to India.
Yeah, just a couple of overs of spin towards the end, but otherwise it was an exhibition of seam and swing. Cook and Jennings gone early, then Root flirting outside the off-stump fatally, and then Ollie Pope once again looking good but not putting the big score on the board. He was out for 16. Stokes and Buttler have been in for a while, not too long, 3 and 19. And after 35 overs, 84 for 4. Just 61 runs in that session for England for the loss of 4 wickets. Ishant Sharma led the way. He's a senior bowler. He started bowling like one. 9 overs, 2 for 24. Bumrah bowled a long spell and was probing throughout, 1 for 26. And Shami picked up 1 wicket, 1 for 28 from his 8. Yeah, that was the first point. Ishant Sharma took the new ball today. And for long, we've said Ishant is the ideal third seamer. But today he bowled like he was leading the attack.
And that's only because 2 left-handers are at the crease, and he's got this terrific delivery which he goes down the wicket, angles towards the pads and gets the ball to leave the left-hander. And we saw that from the first test onwards. So it made a lot of sense to give him the new ball. In fact, the other day when at lunchtime they retired with no wickets down, we wondered why he wasn't given the ball. But the fact is, captains also have to learn quickly, and Virat showing that he's learning quickly. Looking at the weaknesses, and there you have. I mean, those kind of the catches later on of Root and Pope, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we actually talked on this program about Ishant being the ideal third seamer, but I guess in the conditions, something was required and he delivered.
The length, I think, is the key with Ishant. It's always been the issue with length. He's always had the attitude, long run up. He's a trier, but always been a little short. There's one instance today when I saw a batsman drive him off the front foot, and I thought Ishant will typically go a little short. Didn't happen. The next ball was right up there as well, and Mr. Gavaskar is right. This is ideal. 2 left-handed openers, and his natural wrist position allows him to trouble these 2 left-handers. So that also happened. Now look at this ball. Watching this was 13.1, pitched right up, which is a big change in Ishant Sharma. Next ball again, up there for the drive. So this is where he's changed. And as I said, you have these late bloomers. This guy is a late bloomer. But finally he's bloomed, which is great for Indian cricket.
That is why he's also our dominant player of the day. This is the dominant moment brought to you by McDonald's. Against left-handers, it's almost like that, like a moth drawn to the flame.
Yeah, you could argue that Jennings didn't do much wrong, but it was such a limp bat around the off stump, didn't make any sense. And of course, again, hard hands, hard back foot defense, not trying to play close to the body, and this was always going to get Alistair Cook in trouble. And for all you know, it could well be his last test innings. For all
Alistair Cook?
Yes.
they've selected the team for 3 test matches. How have England gone about their business of
I think
squad?
they've got but apparently there's some news that he's expecting, he and his wife are expecting their 3rd baby. So he may not be available for the 4th test. And if that happens and somebody else comes in, then it makes sense, I think, to stick around with that.
But even if he is available, surely there's question marks around unquestionably a great modern player.
He's never looked like getting runs in the 6 innings that we've seen. Sometimes, batsmen do get out because it's a new ball, openers do get out, but they look as if they will be around. He has never looked comfortable. Yes, he played one good shot, but he's never looked
and he's got out in one similar way. I mean, he's always had this issue of not getting onto the front foot, loves to hang back and is a reluctant front foot player. And all the dismissals that we've seen in the series have been to balls that have been pitched up. So at this stage, at this age, maybe he's not able to make that adjustment anymore.
It's almost sad to see someone who's made so many runs, 12,000 runs, is getting out in the same way. Maybe he's coming to the end. Who knows? We'll wait and see. So that much about Cook and Jennings. But there were 2 other wickets as well, and the Indian bowling that's after this pick.
मिले हैं दुनिया के बेस्ट क्वालिटी सर्टिफिकेट,
क्योंकि सिर्फ कैंट से पानी होता है 100% प्योर।
कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और बीमारियों से बचे।
You know how I look and how I speak, but do you know how I smell? Denver, the scent of my success. Is a journey, not a destination, and the finish line is where the journey begins. Sterling Reserve, chase the next.
New Axe Ticket perfume, 250 sprays for just ₹65.
हेल्दी और टेस्टी कुकिंग का मॉडर्न तरीका
पेश है कैंट के नए स्मार्ट शेफ कुकिंग अप्लायंसेस।
अब खाना बनाएं हेल्दी और टेस्टी भी।
You know how I look and how I speak, but do you know how I smell? Denver, the scent of my success. It's the change that excites you. You are the seeker of new. We create to inspire. Introducing the new CS. Nexa. Create. Inspire.
Nexa. Mama? This is my friend Kunal.
Hello.
Hi.
Mandy, आप लोग कौन?
मीनाक्षी. You can call me मीनाक्षी.
लोग तो नोटिस करेंगे. Wild Stone Deals for Men.
I'm a storyteller. ये है मेरा कैमरा और ये है मेरा क्रू. For years I've been traveling with these two. अपनी सक्सेस के लिए MRF नाइलो ग्रिप प्लस को हमेशा थैंक करूंगा. यंग इंडिया कभी रुकता नहीं, इसीलिए उन्हें चाहिए MRF नाइलो ग्रिप प्लस. एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग लाइफ टायर्स जो लंबा चले. इंडिया, keep doing new. New Axe Ticket perfume, 250 sprays for just ₹65.
Why is a big basket here a big basket here? The answer is very simple. Because they trust Big Basket. आप भी ट्राई करके देख लो, खुद भरोसा हो जाएगा.
पाबंद से पूछो उस मुस्कुराहट का हिसाब कौन कहता है? कब? किसका मजा?
जब Xiaomi बेस्ट स्पेक्स, हाईएस्ट क्वालिटी और ऑनेस्ट प्राइसिंग देगा, तो यही होगा इंडियाज नंबर 1 स्मार्टफोन ब्रांड Xiaomi.
You know how I look and how I speak, but do you know how I smell? Denver, the scent of my success.
हेल्दी और टेस्टी कुकिंग का मॉडर्न तरीका
पेश है कैंट के नए स्मार्ट शेफ कुकिंग अप्लायंसेस.
अब खाना बनाएं हेल्दी और टेस्टी भी.
Kerala is a beautiful state, and our hearts go out to the people there, to a land that's been ravaged by floods and landslides.
Please be generous, make financial donations and also essential items for the displaced people.
Follow the instructions on your screen to contribute through the Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund.
your contribution will make a lot of difference to those people.
Welcome back to Kent Extra Innings. I know we're supposed to talk cricket, but I've been delighted over the last couple of days to read about what's been happening in Kerala. Not just the army and the defense forces, but just simple people, fishermen going around everywhere, NGOs helping each other. Maybe that's what we are as a nation rather than what we hear sometimes. So that's what you can do. Stand with Kerala. Do send in your contributions as well. Big change on the cricket ground here today as well, with India's seamers coming in. We talked about Ishant. How good was Bumrah today in that long spell? Just picked up one wicket, but he was there throughout.
It's amazing for somebody who's in his fourth or fifth test match that he seems like a veteran of sea.
Right, fourth test match.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, he seems a complete bowler. He's got the full range. So if you've got a flat pitch, Bumrah's got the bowling for it. If the ball is swinging, can pitch the ball up, can swing. And a very smart, intelligent guy. You talk to him and you get the feeling that this guy knows what's happening out there. So for his age and for the kind of cricket that he's played, extremely mature beyond his years. And
I'd be very interested in seeing how he goes across formats, because he started bowling the slow ones and the Yorkers in T20 cricket. He's graduated to bowling the right length here now. I'll be very interested in following his career.
And which is the reason why he's got the red ball in his hand, because of the improvement that he was showing with white ball cricket, the variety that he was bringing into the white ball cricket. And that's what made people believe that he should be also given a chance in red ball cricket. And he's only got better. And I think it was in the last year when he developed the straighter one, or the one that just went a little bit away from the right-hander. That is what has got him into the test team. Because just somebody bowling just that one delivery, once the ball loses the chime and doesn't come in, then it's going to be easy. But because, like Sanjay said, he's a thinking cricketer. He's somebody who's all the time looking to get better from the previous game. He will be getting better. And he's bowling at speed, man. He's bowling at about 88, 89 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's his career.
Man, because we looked at those speeds, average speeds of all the fast bowlers, and the Indians, overtaking the English bowlers is brilliant to see. His problem will be more injuries than adjustment and, skills on the field, because he's very smart. And I think that is the challenge for Indian cricket, to make sure they use him in a way that he's available for the more important events in cricket.
Actually, if I can be a little naughty, we both Sanjay and me in commentary talked about what it meant to us to see a series in England, 8 seam bowlers and the top 4 were Indian. Now, as a former Indian new ball bowler, you must be excited seeing that as well.
I am absolutely over the moon. Over the moon.
Oh, I thought I was being naughty. You didn't mind it. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm actually over the moon with this happening. In fact, 1990, when Atul Watson was warned for bowling too many bounces
at the Oval
at Graham, which I was excited. Because I said, an Indian fast bowler being warned for bowling too many bounces, that's a new one. So I'm really happy to see this, where the Indian fast bowlers are topping the English bowlers by a fair margin as far as speed is concerned.
And now for the seam bowling attack to get perfect, because eventually that is what we're trying to get, isn't it? Achieve perfection, or it's not a good thing to do, try and achieve, is a genuine outswing bowler. Because Bumrah and Ishant are more of the same kind of getting the ball to angle away from the left-hander. Shami is more the seam bowler with an erect seam. So if Bhuvaneshwar Kumar gets fit and focuses on the outswinger, then you have a bowler that will threaten the right-handers as much as well.
No, it's interesting you said about Bumrah that his graduation has been smoother because he learns all the time. Do you get the feeling watching Shami that he's like an actor in search of a director? I mean, Sanjay made the point that the captain needs to tell him where to go, because he blows hot, blows cold. When he blows hot, he's fantastic. When he blows cold, so how would you have captained someone like Shami?
Well, by putting a hand around his shoulder just about every over. At the start of the over, then leave him alone. As he's walking in to bowl his first, just try and speak with him. Tell him, look, this is what I expect. You tell me, are you happy with the field? If you're happy with the field, you want somebody somewhere here or there, and that's how I would have.
You watch his first over that he bowled, Mohammad Shami. Sorry,
no, go on.
And you could see that was Mohammad Shami on his own. And the second over, I think everybody got into his ears, especially the captain, and suddenly there was control, there was good line, and he stuck to that line outside the off stump. So some bowlers, I think you need them to be not so much arm around the ear, also give them a little bit of a whip by saying that this is something that you have to do. Everybody is different by nature. I think Shami is one of those guys that you tell him exactly this is what I want from you and nothing else. Almost be a little dictatorial with it.
You know, it's strange. Sanjay and me were on air, and because we're on air, we can actually hear the stump mics. It's broadcasting etiquette that the stump mics are not turned on all the time, but as broadcasters, we can actually hear. And I think Sanjay picked it up that at one point, Virat Kohli actually said...
Yeah, Virat said he bowled one ball on good length outside the off stump, and he said, "Ye sahi hai, aur har ball pura din idhar hi hona chahiye." So that is what the captain wanted, and if Virat has told him this, it's almost like a command. And after that, he was a change bowler. There was nothing that was on the pads or wide outside the off stump. Sometimes it can be a little too eager to get wickets and not build enough pressure.
Which is why I asked you whether he strikes you as being a director's actor, whether he's as a captain's bowler. Yes, and look, also bowling demands concentration as well, not just batting.
Yeah.
Bowling demands concentration. And sometimes you get the impression with Shami is that the concentration is not 100%. You don't get that with Bumrah. Bumrah, you feel every ball is focused, every ball is concentrating. Ishant also occasionally you feel that maybe he's thinking, a little too much about the next delivery. But with Shami also, I think the concentration is not 100% all the time. And that's why he blows hot and cold. When he's really focused, he'll be unplayable. I mean, some of the deliveries he bowled just now to Buttler without getting that edge. Terrific deliveries.
There's some competition now coming for Mohammad Shami. There is competition for seam bowlers to take certain spots. So for far long, we've looked at Shami as the strike bowler, the talented, gifted seam bowler. At the end of the day, end of the test match, you've got to start looking at numbers as well with Shami. And that's where I think Bumrah and Ishant Sharma, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, perhaps creating the right pressure on him, because finally it's about getting wickets. So let's hope that does him some good.
And the catcher was excellent, except for that one little transgression, if you want to say so, from Rishabh Pant. And I think with Bumrah, maybe he just imagines Bumrah is going to go that side all the time. We saw it in the first innings, and we saw it here again. That movement towards the leg side, and then too far away for the catch. And which is the reason, with simple correction is required, and that is something hopefully the fielding coach and company will tell him, is that you stand outside the off stump of Bumrah. He's not standing outside the off stump. Stand outside the off stump. So even then, if he takes that left foot towards the leg side, he will still be able to cover. I would not call it a chance, to be honest. That was, that was an absolutely fabulous attempt by him. And this is the only time you hope that webbing between the thumb and the forefinger comes in handy, because that's where sometimes the ball can actually get stuck.
Yeah. From my experience of having kept wickets in one test match and one international game, two movements where he's anticipating the ball to come back in, I think has done him. So there's one step and there's another one as well. So maybe, with Bumrah just trying to shift his weight onto his left foot should be enough before the ball has passed the batsman. So maybe on that occasion, just a little extra step, and then found it almost impossible to get to his right.
What a long spell, Bumrah. Actually, that's another quality. Both Ishant and Bumrah.
He's fully fit now.
Capable bowling long spells. Fabulous. That's exactly what you want. And then, of course, the conditions outside, they're not demanding. Fast bowling is still very, very hard work. And you bowl 2-3 overs, and then you get a bit tired. But if it had been India in the heat, they wouldn't have bowled such a long spell. The captain wouldn't have given them a long spell because they were bowling well, not looking tired.
Dilip Venkateswarlu used to love batting in England. It was nice and cool. Even after getting 100, there was a nice cool wind, a breeze blowing. So he used to love batting in England.
Let's see why Pant is heading towards the leg side. If you look at release points, I think you'll find Bumrah goes a little wider, so the angle is probably going to take the ball away. Now, red is Bumrah. The others are yellow, so you can see significantly wider of the stumps. Yeah, but the length, the line, if the line is going to be around the off stump, it's not going to go down the leg side. So that's the thing. So wicket keepers generally get up as soon as the ball is about to be delivered. So, and he's such a young kid who picks the line up so quickly when he's batting. So that's what he's also got to do. See, his first movement is left, but then now he goes to the right. That first movement to the left is not required because the ball was on the off stump. Yes. You take that movement when the ball is sliding down. See, from the moment it's released, you can see whether it's going to be leg stump, middle leg, and going the other way. So that is something that he's got to work on as well.
Until then, I think he looked good. He looks relaxed behind the stumps. I love the way, it doesn't happen anymore, taking the ball and throwing like that. Kirman used to do a lot of that. Seems very assured behind the stumps, which is a great sign. He looks a confident young individual with the bat and with the gloves as well. So that's a lot to work on.
There was much despair at India's performance in the slip area for a while at least, and justifiably so. But this test match, they've got virtually everything.
Everything, excepting that miss by Pujara. They've taken everything. And Rahul's been the main man. He took 3 in the first innings.
Got 5 in all.
And 2 just now. So that's a fabulous performance. And the way he's, having the ball, come in, the give, that has been the main thing.
These are just all the catches. You'll find so many going behind the stumps, which of course are based on opportunities that the seamers are creating. But look at the support that Hardik Pandya got for the outswing that he was bowling.
Yeah, when you look at catches dropped in the slips, actually England and India are right at the bottom. They tend to drop a lot of catches. But after this performance, where you have England having dropped 15, 20 dropped catches in the slips, England have dropped 15, India just 5. So India's stocks are rising as far as slip catching is concerned, which is excellent because they've got 4 seamers now.
Which brings me to the point we discussed in commentary very briefly. England has trouble at the top order. England has trouble with their catching. If you didn't know what had happened in the series, would you believe England were 2-0 up?
No. Because apart from Lords, Birmingham was a close thing. 31 runs was the margin between the 2 teams. But Lords, England were clearly superior. So we are now in the 3rd test, but Lords was the only time that they looked when that Vokes partnership was happening. But till then, even the England batting was not confidence inspiring.
India's issue before the series began was always going to be batting. The moment